Hello, and welcome back to Pathologic, the Changeling route. I apologize for the big, delay. My last attempt at day 4's recording got corrupted, so I just kind of burnt out on the game a little bit after, being disappointed with that. But I have gotten back on track, and my ADHD finally led up to the point where I could actually remember to play. So here I am. I don't quite remember exactly what happened last time. In all honesty, I probably should have looked up what happened yesterday, but, yeah. Fairly sure it had something to do with Anna Angel, though, in the caravan. I didn't actually know that the mugger could see me through that fence. I thought it was solid. Fair enough. I do have a goal, though. There is a pistol that I can grab as the Changeling. No, not the revolver, but a special weapon that's sold by Bad Grief. Specifically designed for Clara, and can literally only be used by Clara. And I am going to bum rush for that immediately. Because while these fancy slappy hands are funny and all, I need a proper ranged weapon. Another thing going for Clara is that due to her only having one real weapon she can use, you don't have to waste much money on weapon repairs.
A part off sent to the well is broken at last.
I'm looking for this thingy, thief. Show me your stock. That's the thing I wanted. A double-barreled pistol. Unfortunately, it's the only weapon we can actually, use, but hey, it's something. Yeah, you can have the lockpick and the razor. I'm doing fine. Who needs thieving when you just have a bunch of money from being inactive? And gaming the system, pretty much. Anyways, since I have done this day before, I pretty much know the whole story and where all the side quests are. So, without dallying, let's head to our first quest. It's nice to one-shot again. You know, for a town that really hates a body being, you know, desecrated somehow, there is a surprising... People are surprisingly, not, disturbed when they hear a gunshot in the middle of the night. Because like a knife, I'm fairly sure a bullet pierces skin. Yeah, I'll sell off the knife, and I'll buy coffee beans. Thank you, good sir. Speaking of which, now that, the Skinner's district has been removed from Plague, we can, go up there and nab ourselves, crowbars from the invading people. I think I might, do a little bit of that after I go talk to our first side quest giver. Who, predictably, is Katarina. You. You got meat? No. Useless. Just ignore the rats. They're fine. Love this painting.
The town is changing, as if someone is sucking the life out of it.
The events are unfolding too fast. We must continue to act. There is no time to waste. I know for certain that it was them, the Utopians, someone from among them, or the entire lot. We must wrestle people out of their camp, one at a time. I'm ready. Today, we shall strike where they don't expect us to. We'll talk to Mark Immortel. He is the director of the theater who stages prophetic mime performances with his masks. Some time ago, he staged a performance about the death of King Kuron. He knew Simon would die. How am I to speak to him? I don't know any of his secrets. It won't be the way it was yesterday, or like the day before yesterday, perhaps. Perhaps he is with us already. Perhaps he is himself preparing the Utopians, albeit in his own way, and you find out what he is up to. Did you say he's a theater director? Could he by any chance have connections with the caravan? He's been living here for a long time. I don't remember, don't know, but he's never taken an interest in children. Won't even notice them, even ban them from attending his performances. No, it's not that. So he's not that wicked? Then what do you need him for? This is almost too important for me. I've had a prophetic dream in which the Bachelor was going to turn the theater into a leper colony. Just let Mark Immortel know about this. Let him find a way to stop it. I need the theater badly. We need it. I can feel it. How is he going to stop it? What does it matter? It can make the building unusable for the Bachelor's purpose. It's important that I should keep it, for purposes of my own. I can sense that the powers of prophecy have to do with that place. The masks and their soothsaying must be involved too. I'll do what you've told me to. I'll tell him what you said. It won't be difficult. This is where Mark Immortel, a person of dubious allegiance, works. He is respected by the Utopians. He had to come to know his way of thinking. A puppeteer. Utopian heresy reigns over the mind of Mark Immortel, the stage director and puppeteer of the town theater. Was this Maria's influence? Mark is a dangerous opponent, but I should still try my best. Katarina looks worried out of her mind whenever she speaks of him. That we will do. But first, we got vigilantism to do. And meat to trade for. Murder for cash and meat. I don't know what to do with that phrase, but I like it. I want to barter. How much are these? 7. I'll do it. There. 2 big old pieces of ham. And now let's quick save and head in. That scared the hell out of me, and the delay on the pistol almost fucked me. Speaking of which, unlike the pistol, this weapon only has 2 rounds it can chamber. Not only that, but when you fire it, it has a slight delay. Just to fuck you over. Hooray! Kerosene and needles, that's always good. The yellow pills are just for selling because they're terrible and kill you. They'll kill you more dead than the plague will. Oh, something noticed me. So I'm gonna run back. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if there's another person up there, but it's possible. Some houses can be like weirdly stuffed with enemies. So just because you've killed an enemy on each layer doesn't mean that one just pathfinded themselves into a weird place. Keep your wits about you and collect your sharp objects. Anybody in here? Doesn't look like it. Kerosene, yellow pills. Or excuse me, vitamins. Let's collect 50 of them. Alright, let's try next door. What happens? Well, there's somebody on me already. There we go. Any seconds? Sometimes someone on the staircase can see you and follow you. Ooh, gloves. Take these off for now, because they aren't gonna give me defense, but I should put them on while wandering the town. Money. No one's noticed me yet. I'm using the music. I genuinely just got the shit scared out of me, and I have no idea where the fuck that guy came from. I also headshot them when my head fucking bobbled out when I was startled. I have no idea how I managed that, but I guess when I'm scared I just become fucking God. Oh, that fucking scared me so badly. Just trying to be real smart and sneaky, and then just someone spawns on top of me or whatever. If I were to guess, there's probably one of the robbers on the back portion of the staircase. I'll show what I was talking about once I check out the rest of this building. A lot of yellow pills. It's something. And more gloves. Yeah, so I was down there, and there's probably someone standing here on this little block. Still, gave me a heart attack and a half, if you couldn't tell by the weird yelp I made. Alright, so let's keep up with our weird crusade. Where? I also don't know if climbing up this can actually, like, protect you from one of those people. I might lure one down with a quick save to just test it. I'd reload that because, you know, it's not actually a mistake of myself, I'm just testing jank mechanics. Because I'm an asshole, I guess. But you know what, to be fair, I am. At least I've got the humility and self-awareness. Get a quick save before going into each room so I can test that out. Lots of disposable gloves today. That's something. Egg. That was a very blended in egg. I almost didn't notice it. Alright, there has to be someone up here, so let's try and drag them downstairs. Of course, they're in the main room. There we go. Come after me, lady. Gameplay. Well, there's some cheese for you. I don't know how helpful it'll be since they wobble their heads so much, but hey, it's something. I still prefer to just quickly aim for a headshot, though. So, it's not something I'd use, but you know how it goes. There we go. Some good medicine to sell. How much more? I'll raid one more house, and then save the rest for self-defense. instead of what, let's be honest, is literally just murder. That is what we're doing here, murder. But it's murder that the town likes, so... ambiguously magical little girl do not care. Sell you some of the... actually, I'm gonna keep them around for, when the prices rise tomorrow. One thing I do know about this day is that the prices are pretty down. That was a close one. Let's just clear this place out first, just so there's no surprises. I think there's a couple of houses with these kind of weird sloped walls you can climb up, but I'd really test them case by case. I don't know about how some rooms work like this one. I'd imagine this windowsill is probably pretty safe, but I don't know. I also don't know how height would factor, like, would you be safe from a butcher's punches on these climbs? Fuck. Anybody in here? Yes. Oh fuck. I'm panicking. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but... it's risk versus reward. More pills. Or tablets. Ovlets. Oh, I'm... more... This day really likes those, huh? Best haul. Blue pills. Great. And Twirin, of course. I mean, when there's a playground, why not get high? I'm sure that's how most people have been dealing with the COVID pandemic. I would be too if I wasn't such a square. But I redefine square, and I have become a cube. Alright, that's all. That's enough weird crusading for one day. Let's meet up with the guard down here just to grab a snack, if he respawned with another item. Yep. Razor, Twirin, and 2 crowbars. I'd consider that pretty good. Quick thing. Hello, my good sir. Goodbye. I spy a crook ahead. Hey, attack me. Ignore the orange jacket guy. Yeah, hey you. Goodbye. How am I looking in money? 23k. Pretty nice haul. The, well, it's gonna get better, I think it's on day 6. That's when the arsonists come out. They drop a lot of money. And, the muggers, or robbers, people inside of burnt out district houses, have a good amount of money too. Although they're all, pretty hefty sums from any kind of, villain enemy. There's a lot of muggers out tonight. I just heard a woman die in the distance. Christ, there are so many of you. I'm gonna go through all my bullets. I know I need the kids so much now. Hello, beakheads. Oh. What do you want, little girl? I'm looking for Mark and Martel. I want to talk to him. Mark is not here anymore. I don't think he's coming back. So I was just checking if I was recording. Where is he then? Where? Don't keep me waiting. May have gone to seek justice from the rulers. Will he find it? Or may he have found shelter with some good friends? But are they really his friends? Time will tell, my child. Time will tell. And you, go and live your life while you still can. Here, have a coin. Do something for the sick. Goodness, will I have to go there once more? The thought of it brings pain to my temples. Mark is in the crucible. Katarina's omens come to life. Unfortunate. But hey, business is business. Nothing personnel, kid. The conversation. Well, hello there. You must be running an errand for Katarina. She needs a certain something, doesn't she? I bet she's feeling uneasy. I've come to ask what's going to happen to the theater now. Well, I never. You're a theater person on top of everything? For a being of such purity, your interests are amazingly broad. And here I thought a holy person would shrug at the allure of vain, worldly pastimes. Pathological. Are you doing that on purpose? Are you a pathological buffoon? Yes, that's what I am indeed. While we're at it, I had to explain to you that Katarina's business is with the theater. It's got nothing to do with these masks of mine. There is, you see, this creature living down there. An abomination of a spirit. A taunter and a tormentor. We call it the Rat Prophet. Another toy semblance. Yes, yes, the thing is, Katarina's barren. She can't predict the future. That creature can, though, and it visits her at night. Unlike a true mistress, however, it can tell lies. It's certainly good at telling the right lies. I don't believe you. Go and convince yourself, then. The creature is in there now. Speak these words to the masks. Earlobe and eyelid. They'll let you pass. You better not be lying. Katarina is like a mother to me now, and it does seem to me that you and this filthy monster are plotting together. Mark said that there's some sort of rat prophet living in the basement of the town's theater. Some lying spirit who's taken over Katarina. What is this? They say that some otherworldly creature living in the theater has come into possession of Katarina's dreams and prophecies. An evil spirit that puts lies into her ears. Lies that she believes to be visions of the mistress? I won't believe it until I see it with my own eyes. Back to the theater. Fortunately, from the crucible, it really isn't that much of a walk.
Give me the bandage,
Okay. From one gate to another, so daring and brave. Man's life is a path from cradle to grave. Earlobe and eyelid mask, let me through. Go in then. Look at her, not scared at all. The cute little thing. Careful with the talon. Oh. Oh. It's just a kid in a rat costume. Guys, we found it. A furry. And pathologic. Who could have thought? Greetings, plague dear. Wait just a bit more. We're almost done embellishing your throne. The very heart of the town shall become the temple of the pest. You'll have the world at your feet soon. Plague? Me? Well, that is your nature. It would seem that you're right. What is your nature, prophet? I'm leaving. Gotta lay low for a while. See you underground. I'll always be glad to see you. You of all people should know I'm not at all as men mendacious, as my jealous detractors are making me look. You'll always be my welcome guest. Do you really trust me so much? Oh, just rejoice, will you? Your actions have attracted the attention of the almighty powers that be. Do you know what they want from you? They'll send you a note today. Forget your silly little tricks. Now your only chance to prove you're not the plague is to perform a genuine miracle. So the powers that be will tell me what to do? Think twice before doing as they tell you, though. Those guys are a bunch of little liars. It's all just a game for you. How dare you? In the end, you'll be surprised to find out that everything you've heard, every single thing, was the honest truth, even the seemingly contradictory things. I'll drop by again later for more sage advice. What does the creature say? Who is this rat prophet? I feel that his words are turned inside out. Truth becomes lies as soon as it emerges from his mouth. Could it be a trap? Markham Mattel must be pulling his strings. I need to tell Katarina as soon as possible. Well, I mean, Markham Mortel doesn't exactly allow kids into the theater, and it is most definitely a kid. But, yeah, sure. Okay, well, if it's not a kid, then it's some kind of weird metaphysical spirit. Or something even weirder than a spirit, which I can't actually form into words very well. Why are you in so much pain? Simon's gone for good now. The body's gone. Maybe he has simply gone somewhere on his own. People say all kinds of things. Perhaps the immortal man is still alive. He would have restored order. I think even Simon would have been powerless too, and the most horrible is yet to come. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep all the stuff like gloves for tomorrow. I'll make a killing with it. Hopefully I can nab some nice pieces of clothes before the prices rise. Speaking of which, let's check out if this place has anything. Repellent boots. Oh yeah, the black vaccines, I sold them. That's still there. Yeah, nothing. I've tried to talk to Mark as you asked. And so, pray tell, don't keep me waiting. Do you trust my insight? Do you know that I can read people's souls? Would I entrust you with such things if I didn't? Would I let you rewrite and redraw people's destinies if I didn't trust you, my angel? He's not one to side with either the utopians or the humble. He stands apart. So, why are you looking at me like that? This was not the most important of what you were going to tell me, was it? Do you know of the rat prophet? I sensed something. When you uttered those words, I suddenly felt something familiar, as if something ran its sharp little claws across my back. It's the creature that whispers false prophecies to you in your sleep. Well then, thank you, beloved daughter. You've done all you could. That's who's been visiting me nightly. How frightening. And I thought they weren't rats, but kind spirits of the earth. Yes, it is frightening. I am so confused. I believed every word she said. But wouldn't I believe her if I can sense the truth of my very being? I can tell truth from lies, I am certain of that. Then how to explain what has happened? Katerina herself was deceived, so the truth she was telling reflected whatever lies someone told her? How is this even possible? Oh boy, we got contradictions. Those contradictions form paradoxes. How fun. Anyways, where to go next? Let me think. Alright, it's the Hunt the Haruspex quest, but I don't know if that starts this early. I did it later on, so I'm just gonna sleep into the main quest and do the hunt after we complete the main quest. There we go. Powers that be are getting increasingly worried. It all ends in less than 9 days. By the end of which it becomes apparent to the Changeling that someone is twisting her good deeds. Oh, intimidating. Yeah, starts with Alexander.
No, I can't stand it much longer.
So, how are you doing, my daughter? Have you had plenty of work today? I can see this is not what you want to ask me about. Has something happened? Are you willing to continue helping me in the future? Gladly. I'm convinced that grief is the culprit. This man, this kingpin of the warehouses, smuggler and death peddler, has now let gangs of thugs loose on the streets. See what's going on. They cut people down, they murder women, they rob homes. They are too much for the patrolmen. But how could he have caused the epidemic? Bachelor Dankovsky found during his investigation that Grief had ordered thieves to dump infected corpses into the river, anything up to several dozen. The thieves refused to reveal the location. In fact, they are altogether denying having done it. The claim must certainly be examined. That's just horrible. And the infected corpses had to come from somewhere. That's what I'd like to know. I'd like to know if it's true, and if yes, the exact location where they dumped those corpses. Before we stamp out the whole nest of vipers, and we are going to have to stamp it out. He has done too much evil already, this Grief. Perhaps he is not directly responsible, but indirectly is enough for us. Why don't you ask Grief yourself? You know where he lives. Bring him in and question him. Why do you need me? The wily lowlife is denying everything. He feigned fear and pretended to have nothing to do with it. He acted his part so well that he even raised the alarm himself. Yet I'm sure it's Grief who is inciting the killers, as well as buying up their victims' stolen belongings. Ask him if it's true. I'm sure it is. Don't you have a way to loosen his tongue? That is not all. I suspect that Grief enjoys Zilgimski's protection, in exchange for giving them kickbacks from his illicit trade in Twirin. Should Vlad take offense, I would prefer to face him fully armed. Ask Grief if it's true. I'd like to know everything about him before he's dealt with. Who could know things about him? You know, things. He won't open up unless I catch his soul with a hook. I don't know. Zilgimski surely knows something, but he will say nothing. Think. Do your own research. I'll try. I think I know who that could be. Bad Grief, a robber and a thief. A princeling of the underworld who has ensnared hundreds in his web of deception. He is the alchemist still, in which every tear and every splash of blood and every drop of Twirin are processed. This primal miscreant has everything to do with the origins of the plague. Well, we'll have to see about that. For now, let's just talk to Bad Grief directly. See what happens. Surely we won't get shanked and murdered. take that. Should be pretty good on food for the day, fortunately. So the rest can go to the kids. Because, you know, kids love sharp shit. I also want to note that there is a cat laying on my lap right now. She is very pretty and soft. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, on top of just being burnt out on the game after having the recording failure, I also admit that I was engrossed in 2 games that I just recently came along, and I also made a new good friend. It's the same person that was talking during the weird unturned video I released. They go by P. Jenny, and they are a super cool person that I've been talking a lot to as of recent. And with meeting a new good friend, I also got distracted by a few games. In particular, was Unloved, a Steam port of a Doom mod that got onto Steam, and that's a little, like, janky kind of killing floor-esque game, and I like it. I think I'm done with it now, but I do enjoy what it has. And then I also, because I am complete trash, I have also been playing Fallout 76, which sounds like a disaster, but the game is 2 years into patches, and I had never played it before since, so I'm pretty much getting the good experience which everybody wanted from launch, and let's be honest, everyone rightfully so deserved. But I don't have that negative experience bias, unfortunately. Or fortunately, so I quite enjoy the game. I think it's fun, however, after some days with internet screwing up, I really don't suggest the game if your Wi-Fi is bad or if you don't have a Ethernet connection, because boy does bad internet make that game fucking miserable to play. But yeah, I like it. I'm having fun. I wouldn't blame you if you refused to get the game out of principle, though. It's the same logic of how I'm not ever going to get Cyberpunk. It's just because it's the amount of crunch and like bad consumer practices just make me not want to buy the game like ever. It's just that Fallout is a game that I just have intense urges to play because I like, shut up, Grief. Because I just really like that, open world looty gameplay. It's a personal flaw, okay?
What?
Anyways, Grief.
Them souls and a half are a bold lot. Or did they think Barley's gonna play tag with them? Game over, fellas.
'Tis us or them, right, kiddo? I have a question for you, Grief. I am a trifle tired, I am. Well, my life's barely begun. It's almost lights out already. Questions. Who's got time for that? Oh no, I ain't angry at all. Just tired. 'Tis all because of them questions. You agree to answer one, and it's a bit of your life's blood escapes with the answer. But the anger is our life's blood, little pimple. And do you know there's going to be a manhunt for you? Bah, old news. Don't you teach a cook in his own kitchen, alright? I'll end up grabbing the wrong man. The bachelor, more like the bitchler, won't put in a word for me, so perhaps you will help out. What with you being the Sobrov's new little sweetie. Tell him I had nothing to do with it, will you? He won't believe me. He's too angry with you. He doesn't answer to anyone, so there's a lot of rancor in him. Living the thieving. I've got myself a lad who can vouch for me alright. He's the best kind of advocate a man can have, too. 'Cause he's my enemy. The little prick never misses a chance to smear my honest thief's name in more dirt. It's that pesky little punk, Knockin'. Had infamy since forever. Keeps setting his whelps on me, too. And they have their nose for our lot's sins, and won't let any go unnoticed. Ask him, then, if I'm a killer. And I will. Knockin', the leader of the urchins, will confirm that Badgrief is telling the truth. Badgrief says that protections provided by the enemy is the best protection imaginable. Makes sense. It is clear that the thieves and children are not fond of each other. Should ask Knockin' if Badgrief is really as innocent as he claims. And that I shall do. It's only a short little hike.